Yes, now, and welcome to episode 164 of the Top Load podcast. And it's a bumper issue, this one. I can't wait for this one. We've got two parts. The first section will obviously be our traditional London card show preview. And then the second part will be my review, talking about latest news, but mainly my review in the National and SOCO, which obviously did travel to with some good friends. But before I do get into this segment of the podcast, if you need any card supplies, custom card stands, grade preparation kits, or whatever hobby needs you require, head over to the boys at Third Down UK. Check the link in our bio and use the code TTP10 at checkout to see 10% off your full order. And like I say, before I talk about the National and SOCO, which will be later on in the episode, I will be talking about London Card Show. I can't believe it's already here. It's been a bit of a crazy one with traveling to Chicago. It seems like we've just got off the plane and we're going straight to another car show. But it's one of my favourite things to look forward to every 3 months. And I think it's quite cool as well. It's aligned this time with the start of the Premier League season as well. So obviously this Friday, the Premier League season commences. The show is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And talking about that, what is good to hear is the Premier League trophy itself will be at Sandown at the London Card Show, which is really cool. I think it'd be a nice one, especially that this show is the one in school holidays, and I would presume there'll be a lot more younger collectors out there, as well as a lot of us older people that will want to have a picture of the trophy or potentially do some content around it. So yeah, the Premier League trophy being there is really cool, and I think that's just another cool thing that they've done to be able to bring stuff closer to the collector. Obviously, I believe it's in partnership with Tops and Fanatics, which is great. So obviously that is there as well. Looking back on the last card show, it was another big success. I spoke to Harry and the team before coming on for this episode to speak about what they thought about the show. They said it went very well, the last one. As we've always said on here, I know obviously over the years people would know Harry, obviously real Harry's World owner and London Card Show, that it is this show. Normally the May to August show is quite a similar show in terms of there's not normally much difference. It's quite a similar one, and that is something what they've corroborated as well. Should be great fun. Obviously heading down to Sandown. For people who are watching this or listening to this now, whether this is the Tuesday night and Wednesday night, and you might find yourself in a position where you are looking for tickets still, obviously they are sold out. Dub Breaks, I believe GBW in particular, will be doing a giveaway stream tomorrow where there'll be selected tickets available for this week's sold out London Card Show. So if you are looking to try and snag a late minute ticket to get into the venue, head over to Fanatics Live or head over to the Instagram for Dub Breaks, and they will be running some tickets and a few giveaways as well. So hope is not all lost for some people out there who didn't manage to get their tickets or plans have changed that now frees up their availability for this weekend. But it's going to be another great show. I'm really looking forward to it. And I think what's going to be quite intriguing, and we'll go into detail on this in the next episode, quite at length, really. And I'm going to try and get a couple of people on to talk about it as well. The difference as well between like the National and the London Card Show. Obviously, it's going to be very different. The National is the flagship card show of the year, held every summer. But it's a very different experience. And obviously, I'm going to go into more of it later on. But it's going to be quite intriguing to see them so close together, what you can take from it, what you can say is different, what people do well, what people don't do as well. So that's going to be very, very intriguing in my eyes. But going back towards it, obviously, all the information is out now in terms of London Card Show. If you want to get a head start of working out whereabouts you want to go to on the day of the show, I heavily recommend heading over to their Instagram page because it has all the information you require, from vendors to the floor plan. It's always one then that I always look at it first. So when it comes to the Friday, obviously the Friday of the show is very different to any of the other days. It is downstairs. So for people who would have gone to the first few shows at Sandown, it is downstairs, which is absolutely great. It's a good throwback. Sadly, I won't be attending this Friday due to work commitments, but that will be a good show. One thing Harry did say to me, and I want to echo myself heavily. It is hot in London this week. We've got weather warnings in place. It should be cooling down by the weekend, but it's still meant to be 27 to 28 degrees Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So please, please, please make sure you drink plenty of fluids, because when it's hot in them rooms, you can forget to drink, but please stay hydrated, stay cool. Don't be wearing no big coats, because you're going to feel it when you go in that room, and obviously upstairs as well. They both have aircon, but when there's so many people as expected, it will feel very, very hot. So moving on from the Friday, the Saturday, there's a massive lineup for the main stage, obviously presented by Repco. So depending on what you require, on the Saturday, 12 to half 12 is Pokemon Trainer Challenges. 12:45 to 1:30 is Fnatic Live giveaway and stream. And then between 1:45 and 2:30 is a question and answer session with one of the voice directors of Pokemon, which is quite cool. And then between 2:45 and 3:30 is their London Card Show game show, which is always quite good fun. While I'm talking about the main stage, on the Sunday between 11:45 and 12:30, Premier League Trading Cards Show and Tell, presented by Tops. 12:45 to 1:30 is Let's Go Live with Pokey Chloe and Pokey Dean. 1:45 to 2:30 is Risk It or Keep It, a very similar play on Deal on No Deal game. And then 2:45 to 3:30 is Share Your Pickups from the weekend live on the London Card Show Instagram page. So I heavily do recommend you checking out their main stage for your trip at London Card Show. It's great fun. A lot of education thing, nice thing to pass the time. Also, there's some nice chairs there as well, but sometimes it's quite nice just to sit down and enjoy. And obviously, the kids zone as well is absolutely full of activities and games for people, the younger collectors, to enjoy. No doubt it'll be as popular as it ever is. And going to obviously, sorry, just for people who did want to know the timing, Friday is 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. So it should be very interesting on that one. Obviously, a very similar amount of guests and everything will be there, whether it's Golden, Sub Center, whoever it may be. You can find it all over on their Instagram page. Obviously, that is London Card Show. There'll be all the information you need. Absolutely fantastic. Obviously, 15th to the 17th of August at Sandown. If you haven't been before and it's your first show, don't be afraid to reach out to myself, whoever it may be. Ask some questions if you don't know about anything. Everyone is ready to help out. And certainly I will be there the Saturday. I'll be getting there about 9 a.m. for opening and to probably trade night as well. And I heavily recommend that if you're unsure and you can make trade night, do it. It's good fun. Whether it's, you might pick up a few nice cards for your collection, you might meet another few collectors that you've not met them before. So it's good fun as well. It's a great day out. I think the things to look out for this time as well is I'm hoping to see quite a bit of the England Eternity, which I will talk about at the end of this episode. I think it'll be a great show. I think a few of us that might have gone to America might have a bit of a different budget for this show. I know that's definitely the case for myself. It's not as big of a budget as I can really do. So I will have to try and move some bits on to be able to buy. But it should be great fun. If you have got tickets, let us know. Are you enjoying it? What are you trying to pick up this weekend? But I'm really looking forward to getting to Sandown. If you're making your way there, there's free parking on site, as well as the train station is about a 10-15 minute walk from the venue. It's quite a nice walk, especially in the nicer weather. But moving on from the London Card Show, and I can't wait for that one. Looking back now to Chicago, to the National and to SOCO. I'll start with the overall experience. I'm obviously very good friends with Trike Cards, a few Sunday League Investor Boys, and a few, and they always say about the jet lag when they come to our shows. But I can confirm, like, that first day you're out, give it a couple. If you're going to do it, book a couple of days beforehand. Get a couple of days rest in ahead of it because it is crazy. Funnily enough, I felt like if it was like a work trip, but I do more work than I'm actually at work. So the national was starting at 9 a.m. every single day, running until 6 p.m. Believe it or not, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday was 9 till 4. But from that, so from 9 to like 2 or 9 till 2, we was at the national, and then you travel back to your place, get something to eat, get ready, and then you're off at SOCO. But the national, let me tell you about the national because it's one of them that I'm going to try and describe it as best as possible, but it's one of them that until you witness it in person, you don't realize how crazy it is. Like, just the size of the place is absolutely crazy. You walk in and you're like, oh, nice, this is quite cool. And then you realize that you're in the small hall, and then you walk around a corner and it's like 25 times the size. You're just like, what is going on here? So obviously there was a lot of tables selling a lot of vintage baseball, but that's down to their agreements that were signed in a long time, so they're all under contract. So if you are into baseball, it's absolutely fantastic, especially vintage baseball. Obviously the American sports are very heavy there, but you will find soccer. You definitely will find soccer. I have actually only bought one card at the national, and it was, people are going to start laughing now. I'm like, oh, Ronnie, what have you done? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? I bought a Leaf. The only card I bought at the national was a Leaf card, and it was signed by the guy who actually is the artist for the Muppets. I'm a massive Muppets fan, and it was a hand-drawn Kermit, and it's just so cool. Inscribed 1 of 1. It was a green card as well, green ink, absolutely incredible. I'll put a picture up on my Instagram at some point of it. It's just a really cool piece. Also, massive thanks to the legend, which is Real Harry's World as well. Picked me up this Yankees pen as well. So very happy. But yeah, going back to the national, it was mainly like, I would say it's classed as like 3 sections. You had corporate, you had the breaking area, and then you had your normal tables. So there were obviously hundreds and hundreds of normal tables. I'm going to talk about the corporate section first before I move into the breaking area, which I think is a really cool concept and something potentially that could work at other shows, which I haven't seen anywhere else. So the corporate area, obviously, you had a lot of the companies, Panini, Topps, Leaf, all of the big sellers, Still City Collectibles. Then you had the likes of PSA, Beckett, SGC. Didn't really have a presence this year. Thanks PSA for that one. But really cool walking around, seeing like all the designs that they're coming out with. A lot of boxes for sale. Some are absolutely insane prices. There was a case of 2014 World Cup Prism. That was quite cool just to see in person. But yeah, the corporate things it's a bit more tailored if you've got like your redemptions. If you was going to do any of the silver packs, sadly, there was no soccer this year. It was Star Wars, baseball, and football, which was a big shame. I did get some of the baseball cards, which were a really cool design. But it's a shame. We was really hoping for soccer, obviously. Panini, obviously, we always had a long queue for people doing their redemption trade-ins. Topps' queue for the like Star Wars packs. Oh my god, I'd never expected something like I see what people mean by it. Why people run there at 9 a.m. Like it's crazy. But yeah, great fun that section. Then the breaking area. This is a really cool one. So in the breaking area, obviously, it's kind of in the name. It's through the breaking companies, believe it or not. But it's actually forbidden for them to sell stuff in the breaking areas, which is quite cool, I think. So it really tailors them to actually break product, but also to do like giveaways. And I feel like I know a few of the Americans that I met over there, but the Americans just do it so much better. Like they're so much more enthusiastic for things. We could be a bit more timid, I would say, in the UK. But great, a lot of giveaways. Whatnot done a fantastic one. It was like a 40 meter dash, so to speak. You open 3 packs, you sleeve like 5 cards, you guess a grade of a card, and it's really cool, I think. Like stuff like that. Someone doing a putting challenge. I think there's a basketball challenge. So that would be something I'd like to see, like the UK guys get more on board with, is like engaging their customers rather than just making the money. So who knows? We might see that in the future. I really don't know, but that was quite a cool thing to experience. See all the different like breakers that you see online. Crazy to see like some people walking around as well. Like one of my personal favorite YouTubers is Patman. Walk past him, like just weird to see him in person. Um, Bumped into Bubba Watson on the last night, which was super last day. Sorry, super cool. But yeah, the national. I would say it's not even a question. Do it, 100% do it. It's an absolute fantastic experience. And also, if you're doing it with a group of mates, it'll make it 1,000 times better. For example, in our Airbnb was me, Headshake Cards, Real Harry's World, GBW, and JJJMS. Fantastic group, like really enjoyable trip. Like they made the trip worth even more than how good it was. So there was a lot of good fun. The national. Don't expect to pick stuff up at the national if you're a soccer collector, because there won't be much, and the prices did seem quite high for soccer. But you will see some really cool things. Jordan rookies left, right, and center. Some of the big one-on-one. One of my like dream cards I see was a Kobe on card autograph logo. Man, it's just like some of these cards are just crazy, and you'll never see them anywhere else but at the national. But it is tiring. And the only reason why I was saying earlier about make sure you have plenty of fluids and stuff, because I didn't for the national. And I got really unlucky. The day we flew in, I come down with a viral infection as well. Great. So I sounded like Sean Dyche for the whole week I was there. And if you don't believe me, if you listen to either GBW's video from the national or you hear me in the background of Joe's one as well, yeah, my voice was gone. It's not even that perfect performance at the moment, but honestly, I was some days I was rough, but the show goes on and it is a busy one. But great fun, the national. There's probably a few things I wish I'd done. I probably wish I got a bit more merch maybe from the actual national itself. But yeah, great fun, great fun. The national, just seeing all the different cards, whatever it may be, and then on to SOCO. Wow, SOCO was an experience. So SOCO was the Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, 4 p.m. till midnight. We didn't stay till midnight because it's a long old day, very long days. But wow, that place was incredible. It was at Chicago Soccer Field, so actually based on the football pitch, gave me flashbacks with having all the black pellets from the AstroTurf in your shoes. But 100 tables or whatever it was, 150, 200 tables of pure soccer. I'm used to saying soccer, obviously football for people in the UK. But wow, the people there, shout out like Noah, who I bumped into, JB from Sunday League, Troy, like just so many people. And I want to try and say something, but I don't want it to sound cheesy. It's going to come out cheesy, but the people at the SOCO, especially, were just so nice. The amount of conversations that I just had with people, just for having a conversation, just talking about football cards, experiences, what you collect, was unbelievable. And it was just really nice. There was a guy opposite us who collects Benjamin Sheshko, such a nice guy. Like just so many nice people in there. Some ridiculously nice collections in there as well. So lovely cards, see buying and selling. Some lovely pickups as well. But SOCO is great fun. Tiring, but great fun. A bit hot in there. It was very hot actually in there. But obviously that wasn't the show's fault. There was a problem with the aircon. But it was working, but not at full powers. But if anyone out there is listening to this and you're shouldn't I go to the National and SOCO next year? If you're ever going to take anything from in the over 160 episodes of this podcast, please go. Please experience the hobby, because it gave me a new sense of rejuvenation within the hobby of, wow, like the UK, we're so new in comparison to what the US is. And if we could even get to 10% of the US, it's going to be absolutely mental. The people are fantastic, meeting so many collectors that I've been speaking to for years. It really, it puts some faith in humanity even, because It honestly is an absolute fantastic experience. One of my favorite. I've had a lot of great experiences within the hobby, from trips to Dublin to London card shows to events, but it's 5 million miles past anything else. It's just great fun, and doing it with the boys as well just made it that bit more special. God, I feel like a soppy story coming on here. Do apologise, it's not my usual tone, but honestly, please, please, please do the National and SOCO. I was a bit skeptical on the last day whether I would do it again next year, but if I'm not doing like a proper holiday, I will probably try and get out again. However, if you're running a table out there in terms of at SOCO and it's your business and you're going to make money while you're out there, it's a no-brainer to do it. Book now. Book it now. Obviously, for myself, who's not running a business, it was more a bit of networking, helping out the boys. It's one of them that you have to weigh up the price to what you get out of it. All in all, not even spending money, you're looking about £1,500. So it's very expensive for a week trip, but worth every dime. Every dime. Heavily recommend it. I picked up. It's really poor from me because I always say pickups this, pickups that. I put them all away. So I will have them for you next week. Do a proper breakdown, or 2 weeks time, like London Culture pickups, National SOCO pickups as well. Honestly, some of my favorite cards in my PC was added. Mariano Caldente rookies at 5. A few of the golds that I needed for first year Chrome. Palova rookie orange, just some beautiful, beautiful cards. And it was one of the best times I've had in a very long time. So I heavily recommend any of you out there doing the trip. And if you can, get an Airbnb with a few people because it'll make that trip even better. And I can say one thing. I'm not, believe it or not, for the size of me, I'm not a massive takeaway guy, but Jesus, the DoorDash in America is so good. If Chick-fil-A want to sponsor this podcast, please, that would be the ultimate sponsor because I am absolutely in love with Chick-fil-A. But no, yeah, if I had to rate it out of 10, I don't believe you can. My personal belief, you can't rate anything 10 out of 10 in life. And I rarely rate things over an 8. And I'm going to rate the National SOCO 9.5 out of 10. An absolute must-do visit. Absolute fantastic experience. Absolute joy to do it as well. Just like I say, a massive thanks to, like I say, Noah who come up and said about the podcast. Everyone else who come up saying about it, meeting. Just a massive thank you to everyone. It was an absolute time of life. It was great fun. And you realise that at the end of the day, it might be a bits of cardboard here, bits of cardboard there, but it's a way of life and it is an absolute pleasure to be involved in the hobby. And yeah, please do it. Absolutely great fun. The guys at the SOCO are trying to go bigger and better next year and pre-order. I think the table allocations are near enough out already. So please do it. I know quite a few of the boys will be going out there as well. But what a trip that was. Absolutely incredible trip. But to close off, I'm going to talk about a few bits of news. I'm going to try and keep this a bit shorter and sweet because my voice is beginning to go and I'm really cautious of not losing it prior to the London Card Show this weekend. England Eternity. I have that right in front of me right now. I've ripped a couple of boxes. Well, I've ripped one personal, 2 with dub breaks. My set of the year, one of my favorite. I've said it already. It's in my top 3 sets of all time for women's products. I know some people go, Ronnie, that's not hard. There's not been many sets. I'll say you are true. But when it comes to first year Chrome will always be the legendary set in my eyes. That would be number 1. That always will be number 1. And then for me, it was Sapphire last year, but no Arsenal in it. So, and I'm going to put a bold statement out there. People will disagree with me depending on who you collect. For me, England Eternity is my second favourite set of all time for women's collecting. Each box, £150 retail, 3 autograph cards, 5 numbered cards. Already great fun. Some, obviously, it's hard to properly comprehend the prices of the cards because we're only in the first week still and we're getting used to the prices selling. But fantastic prices some of the autos do, and obviously it helps that the Lionesses are reigning Europe yet again. But an absolute fantastic looking set. The parallels are incredible. It's short print. Heavily recommend people getting involved in it, but don't get involved in any of the Arsenal players. Their cards are rubbish, and I'll just take them for cheap. But that set is 9.5 out of 10 as well. That set, I think it's absolutely fantastic set. When people are doing case breaks, rather than getting like 5 autos numbered, you're getting 13 autos and 50 numbered cards, which is just crazy. Absolutely fantastic set. Can't wait to open more. Hopefully pick up some more at the London Card Show this weekend. And another set that was pre-orders I missed out on because I was at work, but announced is Topps Chrome 2024 boxing. And I'm a massive fan of this. I love a bit of boxing. A few of my mates do as well. It released at £80 on the English, like Topps UK website. And I looked on the side of the box and it said 2 autograph cards. So it did say 100 card base set. So that might mean 100 boxes in the set. I do not quite know at the moment until the checklist is revealed. But I can't wait. Tyson Fury, Floyd Money Mayweather, Bivol, Micaiah Meyer, Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya. Like, you're talking some of the biggest names in boxing coming out on Chrome as well. I can't wait for it. The actual set comes out early September, and I'm buzzing for it. It's a long shot, but my favourite boxers in the set, I highly doubt he will be Anthony Yard. If he is, I'm going for the full rainbow. I don't care. But I can't wait for that set. It's going to be good fun. Hopefully, the Fnatic store in London don't put them up at £500 a box, depending. They come out at £80 retail when they come out. But I can't wait for that release. That's going to be good fun. And then lastly, to talk about, it's obviously the Premier League and Topps license. And I think it's one of them that I think people are now comprehending that it is not a match attack set and it's not a hobby set. It's a middle ground between match attacks and the hobby. And that was their aim. That's what they said, to do a stumbling block in the middle between match attacks and hobby. And I think they've nailed it. Obviously, the print run is very high because these are in every single shop up and down the country. You're not going to have a short print set and they're in every Tesco's, Morrison's, and every other retailer that's available. So I think the numbering's at 499. However, it looks great fun. Some of the cars look fantastic. Real autos. I don't think there's anything to complain about. Obviously, it's a sneak peek of what's to come. I believe they're doing hobby boxes in September of the set, where it's 3 autograph or numbered cards per box. And then Topps Chrome is obviously the beginning of next year, with the funniest named insert in the world, Thursday night, rainy night in Chrome, or something rather. All right. See what they've done there. The Thursday night, rainy night in Stoke. But yeah, it looks great fun. Looking forward. I'll probably open a couple of packs just to see what they're like. I'm not too bothered about it because it's men's cards. And last but not least, Merlin 2025 Women's Euros is meant to be out within the next week to 2 weeks. Next couple of days. It's meant to be here very soon, so I can't wait for that one, do a review on that one. So I will have a box arriving of that. But like I say, it's been a bit of a longer episode just talking about London Card Show, which I can't wait for. See everyone there Saturday. Chicago trip, which was obviously National and SOCO. And then a few bits of news. I'm going to try and get on 1 or 2 of the boys that I went to the National with just to talk about the overall experience and everything. But please go and check out their videos, whether it's Real Harry's World, Jojo JMS, and also GBW, because they've got some good content out there. It gives you a small insight of what SOCO was like, what the pickups were like, and stuff like that. But I just want to say a massive thanks yet again to Third Down for powering up this episode of the Top Loaded Podcast. So if you need card supplies, custom card stands, great preparation kits, or whatever your hobby needs require, head over to their website, use the link in our bio, or check out their Instagram page, or even their shop, and use the code TTP10 at checkout to save 10% off your full order. And like I say, I hope to see a lot of you down in Sandown this weekend. Look forward to having some more conversations and everything like that. But a massive thank you again for the continued support. And let me know. So reach out to me. I'm thinking about slightly changing the format of this podcast. would you be interested in a bit more football news, like opinions, talking about football, bit of fantasy talk as well, just at the end of every episode? Obviously, it's always going to be a card podcast. This is my passion. But would you be intrigued in a bit more like football talk and gossip as well? Let me know, because I might try and change it up a little bit to make it a bit more interesting for you people out there. But like I say, a massive, massive thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the kind support, whether it's here in America, wherever it may be. Hope everyone out there is enjoying the weather, but most importantly, staying safe, buying, selling, trading, and all that good jazz. But most importantly, happy hobbying and good night.